How's it going out there in YouTube land? I figure I'll go ahead and do another video. Been watching all these extraterrestrials flying through my body, and some of them look like butterflies flying by. So I figure I'd tell a few more things that happened to my dog. I'll tell you this. I remember when we first started videotaping, it was right before we started videotaping. I was looking down and along the fence, we put some shrub bushes down below the container walls, and some green like shrubs that has the white flowers on them. The bumblebees love them, but the foliage stay on them till through the winter, pretty much almost. And we put them down along the container wall where it will stop the erosion if it rained real hard. So they got humongous. I mean, our wall is like 7-8 feet tall, and they're way above that. So we had not raked up our leaves from the trees. They was all blown down along the along the fence line on the bottom, and we got a little dog, a little dash hound, and she was running. She's got a little trail she'll run down along through there, and she was running up along there, and I was watching her run, and I was looking down there, and I was watching her run, and she was just running along into the leaves a little bit, and she ended up stepping on one of them interdimensional spacecraft. I mean, she stepped right on it. And that thing, it kind of like zipped to the side through the fence. They have a chain link fence there, and hit the chain link fence. And I guess she startled it, okay? And it had time to, go through it without, going through stuff like they usually do. Like they'll go through any kind of matter. Didn't have time to adjust itself, I guess. But it hit that chain link fence and it rattled, okay? And all of a sudden, she stopped and the thing shot up through the bush. You can see leaves, and you can see it. I watched it. It was about this big. It was probably about that big around, okay? And it went through the chain link fence. And it went up through there, leaves flying everywhere, and just zipped right off like that. And she was looking around, watching these leaves fall down, and she was looking up, just staring. What was that? She was saying. And it pretty much startled her a little bit. I sat there and watched that. I said, man, if I would have had my camera going, that would have been awesome. But, we got a bunch of other footage down there with interdimensional spacecraft flying all through the woods, and you'll see it. We got tons of it, and it ain't a bunch of them at one time like inside the house like you see now. They're zipping all around and everything. We don't have that out there, out in the open where I can see it naked eye. But only thing we see is a bunch. Ooh, that one right there just flew right up. I seen it just now. It went right up this way. It looked like a butterfly almost. But just whenever I focus in one area when it's real bright outside and I'm in the shade, and I focus, then I can see them, just everywhere. And it's so awesome to watch these things fly around me, going through me, just constantly. I can see one right now, right there. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I can see them pretty much flying around. And when they hit that light, it looks like a bubble almost, and it's pretty wild. It's cool to see. And I figured, well, I'll just shoot some more and see if we can get any more flying like butterflies around me or shooting through my body like they've been doing. Uh, but you know, it goes to show you uh, stuff like this happens to me every day, and I'm just thankful I found somebody to help me get this all together. And you know, I went through different people, you know, and they see what I got, they get, oh man, this is too weird for me, and they say, no, I don't want to mess with it. And you know, and I'll have somebody that just don't know, have enough knowledge in how to put this all together. And I finally found somebody, and thankful I did. And I told them this right here is going to be the greatest thing that ever, you know, ever been told by any human. Okay? And I got the proof. I mean, pictures and videos are a million words, you might as well say. You can't beat it. And if you see what's going on around me, you know, if someone just tells you, you know, you say, yeah, right. Oop, there goes one right there, right up. It's wild. And, you know, they can tell you something, but if you don't got the video and the pictures to tell behind this, it just don't do you no good. It really don't. But, you know, I'm just thankful I got hours and hours, I mean, dozens of hours of footage. I mean, all I have to do is turn on the camera and get in a nice dark area. And when they make their transitions through dark and they're going through this LD light, and all of a sudden, you know, they appear. They don't have time to readjust, you might as well say, their cloak. They got, you know, they can bend light. But when they come out of darkness, it's like they're not ready for it, and they're saying, oh no, and they're scattering around, trying to escape, so nobody can see them. But, you know, I can see them right now going through the light. You know, just constantly, zip, zip, zip. And it's an awesome sight to say, hey, you know, I'm looking at other life forms. And not too many people would say that on a video while they're videotaping themselves and have these things flying around, these interdimensional spacecraft. Nobody can do that. There ain't nobody out there can do this. You know, it's just something I had to get out. It's just something I said, well, the human race has got to know that these things do exist. And I had to, you know, make choice, you know, keep it to myself or, you know, die with it and not let everybody know about this. I mean, eventually, yeah, probably in 50, maybe 100, a couple hundred years from now, you might find out what's out there like this. Luckily, maybe you might. But these beings, I doubt it. These beings are probably, even the government probably don't know much about these, if any. These are the supreme beings, and they're on the top of the food chain. Okay, so let's put it that way. If you just see the cities, you know, the worlds they got, the ships they got, these starships, incredible. And I've seen them come and get me constantly. These flying saucers. And every time I try to communicate, I mean, I try. And that's my greatest thing I want to do is make contact with them and have a one-on-one conversation with them. Because I got so many questions. I would love just to go on air and people call in and ask me questions and I can relay it to them and they can answer their questions. You know, that'd be the greatest thing. You know, that'd be the highlight of my life. And that's what I'm hoping for. But usually, if I try and make contact with them. They try their darnest to take me. I mean, they try their best. So I haven't slept by myself in a while. When I do, usually they might mess with me a little bit. Might try to sometimes, but not wide open like they've been doing. More than one of them. And so, I'm hoping to get some night vision cameras, some real nice ones, with the money we make from our YouTube channel, so I can buy some nice, expensive equipment, and I can start setting up some stuff for when I go to sleep, and I'll start sleeping by myself and see if I can call them like I usually can. I can call them up within probably a few minutes before I fall asleep, and they'll come right up to me, come after me, and it's wide open, and I have to break their their concentration of their mind control they put on me, and that usually takes about a minute, but they'll try again and again, but there's a stay. Lots of times they'll just stay in the room, come back and stay in the room, and just watch me all night. So, I want to get this on videos, night vision videos, so I can show that to you. That would really be nice. I'm hoping, within maybe in a few months, I can end up buying some night vision, and that'll be on our YouTube too. Because once you see these beings at night, crawling off the bed or around the bed, or having one-on-one contact with me while I'm out, it's incredible. It's like when they put me out when I was on their ship, and they had these supreme beings sitting on their thrones all the way around me, and the Greys would be working on me, and I could not look but straight ahead at the supreme beings, and I could see them all the way around me, a petrovision, and I could see the Gray's face. His face would get up like right here looking at me, and all of a sudden I see his hand, his 4 fingers coming across, putting things on my body. And those kind of things stick in my mind because it happens so much, and it's pretty much burnt into my psyche that all that happened, and all the other things that happen. Like I see these things on the ground, like robots running around the bottom, of where they had me up in the air. You don't forget stuff like that. This is a young boy that didn't know nothing about UFOs, much of any, except when that first time it happened, and that's what I started looking into things like that when it did happen, but to have this stuff happen constantly, every night, it's just mind-boggling, and I'm hoping to find someone maybe later to go under hypnosis, because I'm about 100% sure I got things that are locked up behind my door. They got locked in my mind. They locked a bunch of stuff up, little stuff seeps out every once in a while, something triggers it, and I remember stuff. But I want to know if there's a lot of stuff in my mind that's been locked away, and I'm hoping to get someone to put me under hypnosis, someone that knows what they're doing, and I'll get this all taped. Okay, I'll get it all taped and have it videotaped and have that on our YouTube too. And I'm serious, that'd probably be incredible, more than likely, just to watch that. Plus to watch that, and I might have it where it's dark and watching them fly around me while he's asking me these questions, like right now. Because you'll see them they follow me everywhere I go. And you'll probably see them flying around us while he's got me hypnotized. And I think that would be pretty awesome. And I'd like to see that. But you know, eventually, this get out, and the human race will find out that we're not alone. You know, it's just a matter of time. And you know, we're gonna have to come down to reality where we know we're not alone no more, and the governments just can't lie about it no more. They can't hide it no more, because I'm the only one on this planet, the only human that has this going on, and you can't hide none of this stuff. I mean, they watch me 24/7. They're always around me. And if anything comes around me, like that night, them ships came around me, triangular ships came around me, and they came down real low, coming around us real close. You know, they didn't like that. And all hell busted loose. They took off after them. And it's like they was running for their dear lives. They were being chased. And I seen flashes. He did too. He seen flashes here, there, everywhere. Like, I don't know if they was firing at each other or they was opening up portals to go back to their home world. I don't know. But after about an hour, it all calmed down. So, you know I have these beings watching me. And they do not like anybody coming around messing with me. Because I've already seen that. Just that night, just to watch it. And, you know, they're very, very detective. I mean, they watch over us. I mean, I'll go to sleep and I wake up every night and I can feel their presence around me. And they're walking. Sometimes, you know, I'll wake up because I hear them dropping stuff, or the floor will squeak a few times, and my eyes will open up and I'll look around, and I know they're there. And just because they're just constantly watching over us. And that's the way it's always been ever since I was 11 years old till now. Constantly watching. Every time I went to sleep, they were there watching me. And when I went to sleep, they would put me underneath, and you know, where they could take me, and I would be gone most of the night wherever they take me. And that happened all the time until I was in my 20s. So, you know, I got so much stuff probably locked up in my head. I just got to try to find somebody who can help me get this out, and so I can put it on YouTube so everybody can see. And I hope eventually I can start speaking with them, maybe through telepathic. I don't know. I think I do sort of have some kind of telepathic, you know, lock with them somehow. Because every time I'm by myself or alone for a little while, and if I try to talk to them or try to make contact, they come after me, trying to take me off this planet. So I haven't done it lately because I want to go ahead and get that night vision cameras. Because there's this, you know, sometimes it feels like I stay up all night trying to play tug of war with them. And I don't want to do that. It's happened way too many times, and I'll be tired the next day. So, I like to say is, you know, it's one of the most incredible feelings to have something like this constantly happening in your life. Just to be able to deal with it. I have friends, I show these videos at work, and you know, they say, how can you deal with that every day? How could you deal with that ever since you was 11 years old, having that happen to you? You know, I would have just went ahead and blew my brains out because I couldn't have dealt with that. I said, well, no, I guess I'm already conditioned. And I mean, when they take me, I think they do something to me where I'm not, you know, go local or whatever, get all nervous and shake and nervous. I think they shut some part off of my brain where it don't phase me. And I'm pretty sure now it just don't phase me. You know, one-on-one contact, I can go up to them and probably try, talk to them or communicate with them. And I wouldn't be afraid of them because I've just been around them so much. So, they say I couldn't deal with that. I said, yeah, well, I've been dealing with it ever since 11 years old till now. So I said, I'm going to keep on dealing with it till everybody on this planet knows that we're not alone. So, you're in store for a really, really wild ride with me. It's going to be like no other ride you ever had with things like this. It's going to be something so stupendous and mind-boggling. It's going to be something so incredible. You'll after you watch my YouTube channel, you're going to say, "Oh my gosh," and you'll have to constantly watch it because you keep on seeing other things. I see other things. Sometimes I'll see them walking across the bathroom, orb going across there, a great big one, and I'll pick up other things. I'll watch it, and I'll see other things. And it's just constant. And sometimes, you'll pick up stuff. It's just seeing things in videos and say, oh, I didn't see that before. And it's just so much of it. And, I'm just hoping to finally get all this out so you all can see what's going on around me now. And this is every day, every night, 24/7, every year. It's like this. And you'll see the most extraterrestrials, craft, these beings than anywhere else on YouTube. This is going to be the most incredible ride you ever had in this area. See, I just seen one now fly up that way. And, I'll watch them. They'll fly this way, that way. And it's this incredible sight just to watch them. And they're like transparent almost. You can see the outer edge of them. They're like a bubble almost. Sort of a bubble. If you blow a bubble and you see it flying away, you see the outline of it. And that's basically what I'm seeing right now. And during the day, when I'm looking around and I can see them, they're like little dark images of shimmers. And that's everywhere I go. Even when I'm driving or I'm at work, they're constantly around me. So I want to make, it'd be nice to find out if I go to some other place, maybe where I can shut the lights off and see my son videotape and see if they're all around me like they are now at different places. We'll probably start doing that, see if I can do that, and just get them videotaped at different areas around where I live at, and see how many's around me, how much follows me. If there's a bunch of them, I think they are, because they usually are, what I see flying around me. So we'll probably try that too, I think. Like we go out to a movie or something, I'll sit there and before the movie gets started, and it's pretty dark, the LED light comes on, see if we can film right there in the movie theater. I think that'd be pretty cool. So we'll try that. And wherever we can. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm hoping to make contact with them eventually, because I think that'd be the ultimate thing right there. to make contact. And to get to graze herself on video, and I'm hoping for that. I got 8 SD cards from last year, and during winter time. So I'm hoping we caught them getting out of orbs or whatever, walking around the backyard. I'm hoping that. So I'm gonna go through them. They're 8 SD cards, 16 hours apiece. And they're usually loaded down with stuff. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, we got some gray activity walking out of these interdimensional spacecraft. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But I want to thank you. I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I've seen them. They're all over the place in here. So I've been recording long enough. It's time for me to go to bed and get some sleep for work in the morning. I got to be up at 3:30. So that'll give me about 6-7 hours sleep. So y'all take care, and I'll be talking to you later on. Bye-bye.